Hey parents, quick question. Have you ever watched your newborn and thought, wait, shouldn't they be doing that reflex thing by now? Maybe your baby doesn't startle when there's a loud sound, or their little legs don't do that bicycling motion, and suddenly you're deep in a late-night Google spiral. Pause right there. Before you panic, hit that like button and stay with me, because today we're breaking down newborn reflexes, what they are, when to expect them, and when and if you should worry. So what are newborn reflexes? They're built-in survival tools. Reflexes like rooting, sucking, Moro, that startle reflex, and grasping aren't learned, they're hardwired. These movements help your baby feed, stay safe, and interact with the world around them. But, and this is important, every baby is different. Some reflexes show up stronger or earlier than others, and that's okay. Let's run through the key ones real quick. Rooting reflex. When you touch their cheek, they turn their head and start to suck. Moro reflex, the classic startle where their arms fling out. Palmar grasp, touch their palm and they'll wrap their fingers around yours, cue heart melt. Stepping reflex. When you hold them upright, their feet walk in place. Tonic neck reflex. When the head turns, the arm on that side stretches out. Now here's the twist. These don't all show up at once, and some fade earlier or later than others. So when should you be concerned? Here's the deal. If your baby never displays a reflex on one side of the body, or a reflex seems unusually weak or totally absent consistently, that's when it's worth checking in with your pediatrician. But remember, these reflexes aren't isolated signs. Doctors look at the big picture: muscle tone, movement, feeding patterns, and overall development. If your baby is alert, feeding well, gaining weight, and interacting normally, one missing reflex doesn't necessarily mean something's wrong. Let's talk about a real story. My friend Jamie's son never did the stepping reflex. She freaked out, went straight to Google, cried on the phone to her mom, and barely slept for days. But at the next checkup, the pediatrician smiled and said, "Yep, that one sometimes just skips. Everything else looks great." And he was right. Jamie's son is now sprinting through the playground like a champ. So here's what you can do. Observe, but don't obsess. Take notes if you see something that consistently worries you, but avoid spiraling. Don't compare. Every baby develops on their own timeline. Your friend's baby might flinch at every sound, while yours is chill as a cucumber. Both can be totally normal. Communicate. If something feels off, bring it up at your next checkup. You're not being paranoid, you're being proactive. And here's something powerful to remember. You are the expert on your baby. You're watching, learning, loving, and that makes you the best early detector and their biggest protector. So if your gut says ask, then ask. But also give yourself permission to breathe, observe, and trust the process. If this helped ease your mind even a little, give it a like. It tells me this is the kind of content that matters to you. And if you want more real, supportive, no-judgment parenting content, hit subscribe and share this with someone who's navigating those newborn firsts. Let's normalize not having all the answers, but asking the right questions. You've got this.